Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie. Over here I love to discuss all things fragrances. So if you're someone that loves to smell good, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and join my family. So in today's video we're going to be getting into some vanilla scents, some of my favorite vanilla fragrances. If you are into fragrances, right, and not only do you love to smell good, but you also enjoy researching the notes, I find that vanilla is like literally in every last single fragrance known to man. Not only does it help to give the fragrance a bit of sweetness, but I feel like it also helps with the longevity of the fragrance. I am having a very chill day. I'm wearing like my Nike shirt. I feel like I'm about to go jog somewhere or go get on a treadmill or something like that. But truth is, I'm just chilling in the house. And when I'm at home chilling, I love to wear comforting fragrances, and a lot of those fragrances have vanilla in them. So if you're interested to see what my favorite vanilla fragrances are, then keep watching. I am going to mention 3 honorable fragrances. I feel like if you are into vanilla, if you are into smelling sweet, if you are like a, you know, you love fragrance, but you don't really like certain heavy notes like oud and patchouli, vetiver, things like that. You just love smelling good, sweet, pretty. Then these are 3 fragrances that you should most definitely have in your collection. So I know that one of these fragrances, out of these 3 honorable mentions that I'm going to mention, one of them is probably discontinued because I cannot find it anywhere in like the discount stores or anywhere. You probably can still find it maybe on Amazon or websites like Fragrance Net or Fragrance X. Okay, I found mine at my local, I want to say it was TJ Maxx. It was TJ Maxx or it was Marshall's, one of the two. I'm talking about the fragrance Amo Ferragamo. Now this fragrance was wildly talked about maybe about 3 years ago when I first got into fragrance reviews. A lot of people talked about this fragrance because it has a note in it called camphor. I believe that's how you pronounce it, is camphor. And at initial spray, this fragrance has a orangey type note to it. It smells very orangey, not necessarily citrusy. Okay, it doesn't come off citrus to me. It comes off more like a creamy orange smell, like a sherbet, or a lot of people would compare it to the orange creamsicles that, you know, we used to love to eat as kids, which I don't find anywhere anymore. But anyway, not that I need it, but yeah, it comes off at initial spray smelling like an orange creamsicle. Well, for me, 30 minutes into the dry down, that orange creamsicle smell is gone. But what I'm left with is this gorgeous, sweet, syrupy vanilla. And it is so pretty, as you guys can see. Vanilla has a tendency to turn your fragrances like a dark brown. That is the fragrance, you can say oxidizing. That is just the vanilla kind of aging in the fragrance, not necessarily turning the fragrance bad, but that's just what vanilla does. It turns after a while, after you spray it, okay, and maybe even before that. You know, when you spray a fragrance, air actually gets into the bottle, and that is what causes your fragrance to age per se. And in doing so, I think it turns the vanilla a brown color. But if you can find this fragrance, again, this is Amo Ferragamo. I will leave everything down in the description box below. You guys can go check it out. But I do enjoy this fragrance. I use it very sparingly because it's hard to find, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous. This is Mixedbar Vanilla Bourbon number 9. Now, this fragrance is very light for me. This is like the type of vanilla, is very creamy, it's very soothing, it's sweet. It's just like your typical vanilla scent. But for me, I find it to be a little bit more on the light side. I prefer my fragrances to be a little heavier. and a little louder. This would be like the type of scent that I would wear to go run errands. It would be, in my opinion, considered an everyday type of scent, easy grab, non-offensive. I feel like the longevity on it is moderate, okay, mild to moderate, more so leaning on the mild side for my taste. But nonetheless, if you're the type of person that you love fragrances but you're not necessarily into fragrances like me, then I think this would be perfect. I would wear this to bed also. This is a great bedtime scent if you know you want a little spritz or whatever before you go to bed. Mixedbar Vanilla Bourbon number 9 would be great for that. Last but not least, this is probably one of the most talked about vanilla fragrances out right now to date. I don't know anybody who has not talked about this fragrance. If they are a fragrance reviewer and they love vanilla fragrances, 9 times out of 10 you have saw them talk about this fragrance either on their YouTube channel or their Instagram, because this is beloved, okay? This fragrance is loved, and I'm talking about Kayali's Vanilla 28. This is probably one of my favorite vanilla fragrances. It's super affordable. It comes in probably, I want to say 3 different sizes. You probably can get it in a travel spray. I know you can get it in a 10 ml because I have it in a 10 ml. And this one is a 50 ml bottle. And this one probably is 50. Yeah, this is 50 mls. This size bottle is probably going to run you about $100, which I feel like is affordable. Like nowadays, you really can't get a really good fragrance. Like you're gonna pay $100 for a nice fragrance. Like with inflation and everything like that, honey, it's $100 now is really cheap in my opinion for a fragrance. I'm just saying, like it's cheap, okay? So yeah, I love Vanilla 28. This is vanilla, this is brown sugar, this is decadent, this is feminine, this is pretty. It could be a little bit, it could have a little boozy type of feel to it, but I love the combination of vanilla and brown sugar. It is just amazing. It is perfect to layer with anything. I know they go well with other Kayali fragrances, but I layer it with whatever. If I wear a fragrance and I feel like it's too heavy, maybe on the oud or maybe on the patchouli, I will layer it with my Kayali Vanilla 28 because honey, this is just a fabulous scent, like chef's kiss. If you don't get any of the fragrances that I mentioned in this video, I would highly recommend Vanilla 28. It is just spectacular. It's superb, okay? It's everything. All right, so moving on. These fragrances are new to my collection. I've probably had them in my collection now for maybe about 3 to 4 months, something like that. I think the most recent one is this one, which I'll talk about first because I am over the moon. I actually picked this one up from another fragrance lover who was getting rid of some of her fragrances, and I always wanted to have this fragrance in my collection. My friend Pam sent me a sample a while back, probably like last year or something. I fell in love with this fragrance. This is Ani from Nishane. I have always wanted this fragrance ever since I got that sample, and I wore it, and it's perfect to me. It does remind me of fragrances like Grand Soir. It has a big vanilla presence in this fragrance, but it also has like some booziness or some spice in this fragrance. But I'm gonna break down the notes real quick for Ani. In the top you get ginger, which is probably why I'm picking up on a little bit of spice. If you guys have ever ate like raw ginger, it does come off spicy. I usually eat ginger when I eat like sushi and stuff like that. If you ate it in that capacity, then you know it has a bit of a kick, spicy type of taste to it. and it has a spicy smell. In addition to the ginger, there's bergamot, pink pepper, another spicy note, green notes. In the middle you have cardamom, which is another spicy type of smell to me, black currant, Turkish rose. In the base you have vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar, patchouli, ambergris, and musk. Now, I pick up a lot on the vanilla. I do pick up on that benzoin. Benzoin has a very ambery, oh Lord, I almost dropped my phone. Oh, hold on. Benzoin has a ambery type of smell to it. It also has a sweet vanillic smell to it too. So there's, in my opinion, kind of almost like a double dose of vanilla in this fragrance from the actual vanilla and from the benzoin, which is why that, because the benzoin comes off ambery smelling to me, it does remind me a lot of Grand Soir by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I do love that one as well. Like, I just love this scent, and I got it for a good price. And you can see the bottle is more than halfway full, and I got it for like $90, so I was happy about that. Or did I get this for $100? I think I got it for like $100. It was low. And this is considered to be a niche brand, and I think this fragrance is upward of $200. I have been wearing this fragrance. I wore it to brunch maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I got a good response from it, and I just love it. It is an extrait de parfum, which means basically that your fragrance is gonna project like a beast and last a really, really long time. So yeah, love that. Again, this is Ani from Nishane. This is backup bottle worthy, okay? Backup bottle worthy. Let me just say too, if you are a male watching my channel, hey, you can totally rock this. I feel like Ani is a unisex fragrance, so if you're a guy watching my video, you should definitely get this. The ladies will love it, okay? Moving on. The next one is the Harmonist Hypnotizing Fire. Now, this ring light will not allow me to be great, but you guys can see what the bottle looks like. Now, this is vanilla and patchouli. Now, most would probably say that the patchouli may not be a comforting note, but in this, it is very comforting. I'm telling you, this is probably hands down one of the best vanilla patchouli fragrances I have in my collection. The patchouli is definitely in its place, okay? It is not the star of the show. You pick it up in the fragrance, but it's not the star. The vanilla is definitely the star of this fragrance, and we're talking about Madagascar vanilla. And to be honest with you, I haven't really been able to pick up the difference between regular vanilla and Madagascar vanilla. I can pick up a difference between regular vanilla and bourbon vanilla because bourbon vanilla comes off a little boozy, but I have not, my nose hasn't trained itself to pick up the difference between Madagascar vanilla and regular vanilla. But I will tell you this, Madagascar vanilla is banging, it's fire, okay? It goes so well in this fragrance. I have not been able to put this fragrance down ever since I bought it, okay? It is backup bottle worthy. It is top 10 for life in my collection. It is amazing, okay? If you are a patchouli lover, if you are a patchouli lover, okay, you need to get a sample of this. Go down to Neiman Marcus, honey, and find Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonist and get a sample, or let them spray it on you and wear it for the day. I guarantee you, you will love this fragrance. All right, let's get into some other notes that's in this fragrance though. So we already know that patchouli and vanilla is in this fragrance. This fragrance actually doesn't have a lot of notes in it. In the top you have pimento. In the middle you have Bulgarian rose. In the base you have Madagascar vanilla. and Indonesian patchouli, and Opanox. Opanox is another resin that could come off smelling a little bit ambery in my opinion. I feel like most of the resins that I pick up in fragrances have this, either they have an incensey type of note, like they smell like incense, or they smell very ambery, okay? I'm thinking the Opanox, now that I'm smelling this, is really coming off smelling more like incense, but it's very, very mild. If anything, is spicy, okay? Pimento is said to have a little bit of a spicy kick to it as well. But the spice in this fragrance is so tamed, it's so toned down, it's so tamed. Like you get it, but it doesn't overtake the fragrance. What I pick up a lot is the beautiful vanilla note with a little bit of patchouli, with a little bit of spice. That is basically what I get in this fragrance. And there's something very comforting to me when I wear this fragrance. There's something very sexy that goes on when I spray this fragrance. This fragrance is very sexy to me. It's very appealing to my nose. It's very mysterious. And even though I'm in the house and I'm not doing much, sometimes I do, you know, want to spray on something kind of sexy, you know, while I'm cleaning up or, you know, vacuuming or washing dishes or whatever I'm doing, recording a video for you guys. I do like to experience my fragrances because I'm really not the type of person that goes out a lot. So I have to experience my fragrances when I can. So I do like to wear this one all the time. I wear this and it's so unoffensive, okay? I can wear this to work. I can wear this to church. I can wear this on a bus. I can wear this in a clown car, and nobody is going to talk trash about my fragrance because it is non-offensive. It is really, really good. So you guys need to get your nose on Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonist. I think next to Moon Glory, Hypnotizing Fire is probably another fan fave. Next one was a total shocker to me. Like, I was shooketh, okay? I was shooketh. I didn't know Bath and Body Works could come this hard. There are only 2 notes listed for this fragrance, and those 2 notes are coffee and whiskey, and that is the name of this fragrance. This fragrance is from Bath and Body Works. I picked this fragrance up, I don't know, it's been before Halloween. Was it before Halloween? It was some months ago. But I fell in love with this fragrance on site, okay, on site. It is labeled on Fragrantica as a fragrance for men, but I will tell you this, it's in the wrong area, okay? Now, a man could totally rock this. You and your man could literally share this bottle. It is so big. This is a 3.4 ounce. It's super affordable. I think I got it on sale for like $20. Probably 16 or something like that at the time they were running a deal. This is beautiful. I mean, in addition to the coffee note, which is, it's not heavy on the coffee. Like, it must be like, the coffee must be light brew or something like that. I don't get a lot of whiskey in this, even though it does smell boozy to me. It's not over the top boozy, but this is a beautiful scent. At the price point, child, you can't beat it. Like, you cannot beat this fragrance. Even right now, to this day, I was in Bath and Body Works just the other day. I didn't see this fragrance. This fragrance is super popular, and I see why. It is amazing. It's amazing. Bath and Body Works outdid themselves on this one for sure, because baby, it is in my top 10, okay? As far as like affordable fragrances, this is definitely in my top 10. I have 2 of the body lotions. I have the aerosol spray, and I have the perfume. I would highly recommend the perfume with the body lotion or body cream. Those 2 really go together very well. It helps with the longevity and projection of the fragrance. It's a beast. Like, I love this fragrance a lot. To the moon and back, honey. I love this fragrance so much. It's gorgeous. Bath and Body Works, they outdid themselves, okay? Must try Coffee and Whiskey by Bath and Body Works. This next fragrance is also new to my collection. I have to turn on the LED light because I mean, like, come on, like I have to turn on the LED light because it came with the LED light and it just would not do it justice. I mean, this packaging is super obnoxious, it's ridiculous, but in a cool type of way, you know what I'm saying? So this is Moncler Perfume. I will put a link up above. If you guys have not, if you've not heard me do a review on this fragrance, I will put a link up above because I've talked about this fragrance umpteen times and I'm going to talk about it again because we're talking about beautiful, comforting, cozy vanilla scents, and it has to be included in the lineup. It has to be. This fragrance is super feminine, okay? It does have a bit of a nostalgic feel to it, and when I say nostalgic, I mean it's giving me a 90s vibe, especially with the LED light. If you know, you know, okay, what was going on with the LED lights back in the 90s. But this fragrance is beautiful. So the notes in this fragrance include powdery notes, snow, don't know how they do that, bergamot. In the middle you get heliotrope, jasmine sandbag. In the base you get vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, and amber. This fragrance is extremely powdery. It has a warmness to it, a warmth, I should say. It has a warmthness to it. Is it warmth or warmthness? Warmthness to it from the amber, okay? It's supposed to mimic what snow would smell like. I live in Texas, so you already know we don't get a lot of snow here, okay? But I can use my imagination, and if this is what snow smells like, then I love it, okay? In the opening, I do get a little bit of a citrusy type of brightness from the bergamot. Out of the florals, I pick up an even amount of heliotrope and jasmine sandbag. The heliotrope is kind of like the same heliotrope that is in another vanilla fragrance that I love that I didn't want to mention in this video because I mention it every time I talk about vanillas, and that is Tom Ford's Metalique. I decided to leave that where it's at, and I brought this one out, but it has that same heliotrope note in it as Metalique cedar, which I'm not mad at because cedar, I think, is one of those notes that actually triggers my allergies, so I'm not upset with that. But yeah, I do enjoy this fragrance quite a bit. It is going to take me forever and a day to get through this fragrance. Let me just show y'all the bottle in case you're curious. Oh, if I can get it out, how? Oh, it has these two things at the bottom that you release, you push on and it releases the fragrance. This is how big the bottle is. Honey, it's gonna take me forever and a day, you understand, this lifetime and the next, okay, to get through this bottle. Wish me luck. It's perfect for this time of year. It's just a really beautiful powdery vanilla scent that I thoroughly enjoy. Last but not least, I brought this one out because it reminds me a lot of, what is that fragrance? What is it, girl? Come on, come on. Gentle Fluidity Gold by Maison Francis Kirk de Jean. Yes. Some of the same similar notes in it, or should I say, it has some similarities. I'll just say that. The fragrance has some similarities to Gentle Fluidity Gold that I do really, really enjoy. Now, I know that some of you guys were, when you guys bought Gentle Fluidity Gold, you guys were talking about the projection and the longevity not lasting at that price point. And if that has hindered you from maybe buying another bottle, give Commodities Gold Bold a try. Give Gold Bold a try. Now, this has the word gold on it and it has a plus sign. I want to make sure you guys see that, the plus sign on the bottle, because Commodity has 3 different levels to their fragrances. I want to say there's a personal, an expressive, and a bold. I have all their bold fragrances because I'm a bold type of person, so my fragrances should match my personality. So that's why I always go with the bold. But in this fragrance, you get notes of amber, sandalwood, vanilla in the top. You get another dose of vanilla in the middle, ISO super, and in the base you get saffron, patchouli, and nutmeg. Nutmeg is also in gentle fluidity gold. Vanilla is in gentle fluidity gold, and also juniper berry, which gives the fragrance a berry type of scent. There is no juniper berry in this fragrance, but I promise you they're very similar. They're not dupes for each other. They probably would be in close relationship, like close resemblance in my opinion, but they're not dupes. But if you like that type of scent that Fluidity Gold has, you will enjoy this one. Pretty. This is a gorgeous scent. The saffron in this fragrance just sets it off. It just takes it to another level. The sandalwood gives it a little bit of something creamy. The ISO super, you guys know ISO super is like an amplifier, okay? You can buy ISO super off of Amazon and literally wear it with any fragrance that you have, and it's just going to amplify that scent. Some people say ISO super has no smell to it, but I disagree. ISO super comes off smelling a little woody to me, in my opinion. So I would say that this fragrance can give you a hint of some woods, okay? It's not heavy on the woods, but I feel like it's there, especially with the patchouli and the ISO super. You might pick up a little bit of woods. The nutmeg gives it something a little spicy, and you pick up that. It's the same spiciness that I feel like is in Gentle Fluidity Gold, to be honest with you. But this is a gorgeous scent. Oh my God, every time I just want to spray it. Spray it on my clothes. I just want to spray a little bit on my hand. I probably should stop spraying fragrances on my hand because, you know, I don't want it to age my skin, but child kill. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely stunning, okay? Superb. It is superb. Man, I'm telling you. And it doesn't cost as much as Gentle Fluidity Gold does, okay? I think this is gonna run you about $140. If I'm not mistaken, I do have a code. Go down in the description box and save you some coin, okay? But yeah, I'm thinking the bottles this size are gonna run you about $140. Gentle Fluidity Gold is probably gonna run you about $200 or more. Maybe $220, $250. It's up there, okay? It's expensive. So I would say if you like Gentle Fluidity Gold and maybe you're about to run out and you want to re-up, try this one. You can get this one in a travel size as well, and that'll give you a chance to experience the fragrance before you commit to a full-size bottle. But I highly recommend this fragrance. Beautiful vanilla scent. It's gorgeous. It's heavy on the vanilla, okay? And that saffron, the saffron in this fragrance is what gives it its sex appeal, its sexiness, okay? And I feel like this is a type of scent that a man or a woman can wear. Honestly, it's very unisex in my opinion, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla scent. Gorgeous, okay? As that is it for my favorite comforting, cozy, vanillic or vanilla scents. If you love vanilla, comment down below. Let me know what your favorite vanilla scent is, okay? If you enjoy this video, I would love for you to give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you enjoy fragrances, I would love for you to join the familia, okay? Hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, that way you don't miss out on any videos I upload. I try to get some videos out about maybe 2 or 3 per week, which that's gonna change in the new year because I've decided that I want to go harder on my YouTube because I do have a loyal following on YouTube, and I thank you guys so much for the ones that continue to watch me on a weekly basis. I appreciate your support so much, okay? But yeah, I want to started back paying more attention to my YouTube and just, you know, just get back in touch with you guys. This is where it all started for me anyway. So I've done my thing. I'm doing my thing on Instagram. It's time for me to come back home, okay? I need to come back home, put out some more videos for you guys because I love you guys so much. Also, I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and I hope you are smelling good doing it.